Quick question. What's outside the universe? Take your time. I'll wait. Yeah, you've got nothing. Don't feel bad. Neither does NASA, neither does the guy with 3 PhDs in a telescope the size of a building. Nobody knows. And the more you think about it, the worse it gets. Because the universe doesn't just have an edge in the, okay, that's a bit weird sense. It has an edge in the, I need to lie down and stare at the ceiling for 45 minutes sense. By the end of this, you'll understand exactly what that edge is, why it might be moving away from you right now, and why the most disturbing answer to what's beyond it isn't nothing, it's more. This is Tariq. Tariq is a cosmologist. Tariq has dedicated his entire adult life to understanding the universe, its age, its shape, its contents. And if you ask Tariq what's at the edge of it, he will take a long sip of his coffee and say, it depends on what you mean by edge, which is either a deeply profound answer or a classic deflection. Probably both. Here's what he means. The universe we can actually see, the observable universe, is a sphere about 93 billion light-years wide, and you are at the exact center of it. You, personally, right now, sitting there. The universe is centered on you, and before you feel special about that, so is everyone else. Every person, every alien, every confused goldfish on a planet somewhere. Each one of them is also the center of their own observable universe. The boundary of that sphere isn't a wall. It's not a sign that says nothing past this point. It's a horizon, the same way the ocean has a horizon. You can't see past it, not because there's nothing there, but because the light from those regions hasn't reached you yet. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. Light is fast, but it's not magic. Beyond roughly 46 billion light years, the light is still traveling, still on its way. And because space itself is expanding, some of it will never arrive. So the edge of the universe is made of time, of unreached light, of information that is permanently, cosmically stuck in transit. Which sounds almost poetic until you realize what it actually means. There could be galaxies out there right now, billions of them, and we will never, not once, not ever, receive a single photon from them. They exist in complete mutual invisibility from us. We are ghosts to each other. That's not a metaphor, that's the actual situation. Here's where Tariq finishes his coffee and pours another one. The universe isn't just expanding, it's accelerating. Every second, the galaxies at the outer edge of what we can see are moving away from us faster. And at a certain distance, they're moving away faster than the speed of light, which again sounds illegal and again technically isn't because it's space that's stretching, not the galaxies moving through space. Space doesn't have a speed limit. Space does what it wants. What this means practically is that our observable universe is slowly, quietly shrinking. Not today, not for billions of years, but the galaxies currently sitting at the edge of our cosmic horizon are being carried away. Eventually, their light won't reach us anymore, and then the next batch, and then the next. One by one, the universe will start going dark, not because the stars die, but because the expansion carries them beyond the point where their light can ever find us. In the far future, whatever intelligent life exists will look out at the cosmos and see almost nothing, a handful of nearby galaxies, gravitationally bound. Everything else, gone, invisible, undetectable. And here's the part that genuinely disturbs me. How do we know we're not already those people? How do we know there isn't a vast, incomprehensible cosmos beyond our horizon that we are permanently, structurally blind to, not because we lack the technology, but because the universe has already closed the door? We don't. We genuinely don't. So let's say you somehow got past the observable horizon. What's out there? Option 1, more universe, infinite more universe. The cosmos keeps going forever, same laws, same physics, more galaxies, more stars, more planets. And because it's infinite, every possible arrangement of matter that can exist does exist, somewhere, including a planet exactly like Earth, with a person exactly like you reading the exact same comment you're about to leave on this video. Infinite copies, infinite use, living infinite lives. This isn't science fiction, this is a straightforward mathematical implication of an infinite flat universe, and current measurements of the cosmic geometry lean flat. Option 2, the universe is finite but has no edge because it loops back on itself, like the surface of a sphere. You can walk in one direction forever and never hit a wall, but you're not going anywhere new. The universe ends by beginning again. You would eventually come back to where you started, having circumnavigated all of existence, which is either the most epic road trip imaginable or the most depressing one. Option 3, and this is Tariq's personal favorite for destroying dinner party conversations. The question of what's outside the universe might not be a real question. Nadia, a physicist colleague of his, puts it this way. Asking what's north of the North Pole is like asking what's outside the universe. The grammar works, the concept doesn't. Space and time might simply not exist beyond the boundary of the universe, which means beyond isn't a place. It's a category error, a glitch in human intuition. There is no outside, not because it's empty, but because outside might not be a thing. Remember Tariq, 2 coffees in, slightly tired eyes, whole career spent staring at this problem? Tariq will tell you that the most honest sentence in cosmology is "we don't know," not as a cop-out, as a precise, carefully earned statement. We've mapped the observable universe in extraordinary detail. We know what it's made of, roughly how it started, where it's headed, and we still can't tell you what's at the edge, or past it, or whether past it even means anything. What we do know is this. You are living inside a bubble of accessible reality, surrounded by an infinity of cosmos you can never reach, never see, never verify. The universe is not obligated to be comprehensible to you. It didn't ask your opinion before it set the speed of light. It didn't run the expansion rate by a focus group. It just did what it did, and left you here 13.8 billion years later, slightly confused and deeply unsettled. Which honestly is a very relatable origin story. If this broke something in your brain, that's going to cost you 1 subscribe. And if you want the next one to be about what happened before the Big Bang, which somehow manages to be even worse than this, drop it in the comments. I'll be the one staring at the ceiling.